Your family's problems are not your destiny. Let me say that again so it hits your soul. Where you come from is not where you have to end up. Maybe you grew up around yelling, screaming, around the struggle the family was short of money, around addiction, drugs, alcohol, and sex, around chaos, around parents who were too tired, too stressed, or too broken to give you what you needed. Maybe you think that's your future too. No, absolutely not. Let me teach you something your parents might never have learned. Cycles don't continue because they're strong. Cycles continue because nobody stops to question them. And you find yourself here. That's because you care and are actively looking for something better. Congratulations. Let's break this cycle. Let's examine who you think you are versus who you really are. Kids start believing lies early. I'm just like my dad. I'll end up like my mom. My family never gets ahead. We're always struggling. No one in my family went to college. I don't deserve better. Stop. Those aren't truths. Those are environmental habits you absorbed, like breathing secondhand smoke. Your parents didn't plan your childhood. They survived theirs. But you can learn differently. Now, let's look at these extraordinary individuals. Shant Wanaptur, Viola Davis. She came from extreme poverty, hunger, and rats. She dealt with racism. She still became one of the greatest actresses in history. Grew up so poor she dug through trash for food, lived in condemned apartments with no heat, bullied severely, went to school hungry every day, became the first black actor to win the Triple Crown, Oscar, Emmy, and Tony. Quote, I grew up in abject poverty, but I knew my life would be bigger than my circumstances. Perfect role model for teens, trapped in family cycles. 1. Oprah Winfrey. Trauma, abuse, poverty, and she still created an empire. Raised in rural poverty, she was abused as a child, lost a baby at 14, told she would never succeed on TV, became a global icon worth billions. Quote, where you come from does not determine where you're going. Perfect example of a girl who refused to become her environment. 3. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson grew up unstable, broke, and evicted, now a global superstar. The family was evicted from their home, arrested multiple times, as a teen, struggled with anger and fighting. Only $7 was left in his pocket at one point, became an actor, businessman, athlete, and global inspiration. Quote, I had to learn that the only way to change my story was to write it myself. A perfect example for boys dealing with pressure and identity. 1. Tyler Perry. Abuse, homelessness, suicidal thoughts, built a billion-dollar studio, grew up with an abusive father. He survived severe trauma, was homeless, careers failed for years, built one of the largest film studios in the world. Quote, your past does not have the right to shape your future. This man's story is about cycle-breaking power. They weren't born with privilege, and they didn't get lucky. They broke violent, traumatic, and painful cycles. They built lives completely different from what they came from. If they escaped their circumstances, so can you. Breaking cycles. Breaking a cycle doesn't mean you hate your family. It means you love your future. You break cycles when you ask questions. It's important not to stay quiet. Think before reacting. Choose different friends. Decide not to repeat the same mistakes. Build a peaceful life, even if you weren't raised in one. Your family may have lived in survival mode. That doesn't mean you have to. You can come from trauma but build peace. You can come from dysfunction but build stability. You can come from struggle but build success. Cycles break the moment one person chooses differently, and that one person might be you. Here's the truth about family patterns. You inherited their DNA, but you did not inherit their decisions. You inherited their struggles, but you did not inherit their limits. You inherited their fears, but you did not inherit their future. Your life is not a rerun of their life unless you choose it to be. You have permission to become different. You're allowed to. Be kinder than what you grew up with. Be more disciplined. Be more focused. Be more emotionally safe. And be more educated. Be more successful. Be more peaceful. Want more. Demand more. Build more. You're allowed to outgrow the environment that raised you. Some teens feel guilty for wanting better. Don't. Choosing a better path doesn't betray your family. It protects the future generation you might one day raise. Your destiny is built on your decisions, not your DNA. Your dad's temper is not your destiny. Your mom's anxiety is not your destiny. Your family's financial struggles are not your destiny. Your neighborhood is not your destiny. Your trauma is not your destiny. Your destiny is built by your habits. Your identity is built by your choices. Your future is built by your beliefs. And if nobody ever told you this before, I will. You get to choose who you become. Not your family, not your friends, not your past. You, and only you. Now listen, someone needs this video today. Because some kid out there feels stuck in a fate that was never theirs to carry. Speak up. Silence is how pain grows. Let me tell you something nobody tells teens. You are not supposed to handle life alone. You're young, you're learning, you're confused, you're overwhelmed. And sometimes your family doesn't know how to help. But that doesn't mean there's no help. You must speak up. If something is happening, if you're scared, pressured, confused, or hurting, there are adults trained to protect you. A teacher you trust, the school nurse, a counselor, a coach, your principal, a mentor, an employer. These people are not just employees. They have access to mental health programs, after-school support, crisis hotlines, teen support groups, legal protection, free services you don't even know exist, safe houses, intervention teams, medical resources, food programs, community resources. You are not bothering them. You are not a burden. You are not weak for asking. Speaking up is the strongest thing you will ever do. A school nurse can save your life with one conversation. A teacher can guide you toward a program that changes your future. A counselor can help you understand what you're feeling before it destroys you. You don't know what you don't know, but they do. That's why they're there. Let me tell you a true story. A few years ago, there was a boy in New York City who was homeless. No bed, no stability, no quiet place to think, no money. He was sleeping in shelters, stairwells, subway stations, and still trying to go to school every day. Most kids would have given up. But here's what he did differently. He opened his mouth. He asked for help. He told someone the truth. A teacher heard him. A counselor stepped in. Programs got involved. Adults came together to protect him. And guess what? He didn't just survive. He got into Harvard. He is now studying law. Let that sink in. A boy with no home, no safety, no support, and with no money. He ended up walking onto one of the most powerful campuses in the world. Not because he was lucky. Not because he was rich. Not because someone handed him anything. But because he spoke up, and the right people heard him. If he had stayed silent, if he had kept his pride, if he had tried to handle it alone, he would still be fighting for survival. Speaking up is not a weakness. It is survival. It is a strategy. It is intelligence. It is self-respect. Humans are wired to help each other, but no one can help you if they don't know you're drowning. That boy changed his entire destiny because he opened his mouth and asked for help one time. And you can too. Do you believe in God? Then listen closely. If you believe in God, or a higher power, or the universe, or whatever name you use, you need to hear this. God does not punish you by giving you problems. He prepares you by giving you strength. Sometimes the thing you're struggling with is the thing God has been waiting for you to talk about. You can pray. You can cry. You can whisper it in your room. You can say nothing out loud, but talk straight from your heart. God hears the things you can't say to other people. And sometimes the answer to your prayer is the courage to speak to someone who can help you. Maybe God put that teacher in your path. Maybe He put that nurse in your hallway. Maybe He put this video in front of you today because He knew you needed it. You are not alone. You are not stuck. You are not cursed by your family's past. You are not destined to repeat anything. The moment you speak up, you break the silence that has been holding your life hostage, and that's when change begins. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out the other videos in the Future series TM for more videos. Your future starts now. Your family's problems are not your destiny. Let me say that again so it hits your soul. Where you come from is not where you have to end up.